people, welcome back to the Tinkertails channel if you've not been here before. Hello, my name is Vicky and here is a Richard who hasn't shaved in about a week. Looking like a hobo. So we are having a little chit chat today about DVC, aren't we? Disney Vacation Club. Yes. I did mean to do a vlog back in 2018. I think I even mentioned it on one of the Florida vlogs that I was going to put a vlog up about what we'd learned about DVC from doing the open house tour. It never happened. And now we have nothing to do because we're in lockdown. So I thought, well, this seems like a good enough time to do it, doesn't it? So I will start off by saying we are not DVC members yet. Not as yet.
No.
We were planning on becoming DVC members this year, and that was in fact the whole reason we were going to go to Florida this year, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Was with the intention of buying DVC, because we weren't planning on going back till 2021.
Nope.
And doing like a big 3-week holiday.
But that would have been very expensive.
Would have been very expensive, and we figured that it was easier to have a shorter, cheaper holiday to buy DVC and then use DVC points to pay for 2021.
We were literally just going to go out for a week, weren't we?
Yeah, and then we added on a cruise. But obviously that is not going to happen now because we have postponed our 2020 holiday. Deferred to 2021, and we're not doing a big 3-week. Any more words you want to think of for that?
Extended our time in the UK.
Extended our countdown by a lot. But yeah, we're not doing a big 3-week holiday next year. We're still doing the same 8 nights and a cruise, aren't we? Yes.
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 In a deluxe hotel, which she keeps mentioning. Did you know we're staying at Animal Kingdom Lodge?
I've not mentioned it, you just brought it up.
You mention it all the time. But yeah, so that's next year. And we will be buying DVC next year. So
fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed everything works out right and we will be buying into it next year. So I thought I'd kind of put this little vlog up just to kind of, I don't know, let you know our thoughts on DVC and what we've done in the run up to buying DVC.
Because we've been planning lots of stuff.
Yeah, we've got lots of plans, so long as everything works out okay. So let's start off by just telling you, if you don't already know, what DVC is. So DVC, or Disney Vacation Club, is Disney's version of a timeshare, is the simplest way to put it. I'm not going to go into loads of detail. There is so much information on YouTube and so many vloggers who have put information out about what DVC is that I'm not going to bore you. It's a timeshare. You buy into a piece of Disney property and you buy points, basically.
Which you can use whenever you like.
Which you can then use whenever you like to pay for your holiday. That's it, in simple terms. Anything else you'd like to add?
Simple.
I'm not simple. I have an A level. So on our 2018 holiday, we did the DVC open house tour. We've been talking about doing it for years, haven't we?
Yeah, to start off with, because when we were in the hotels, they'd pick you up from the hotel, give you fast passes and ice cream.
Yeah.
So, oh, saves us on buying a taxi one day.
And gift cards. So we kind of thought, oh, that would just be a good thing to do, but we never quite got round to it in our previous holidays. But when we came back in, I want to say 2015, we really started looking into DVC, and we knew when we went in 2018 that we wanted to do the open house tour. So the open house tour, you can go and see a DVC rep pretty much anywhere on Disney property. They've got them in all the Disney hotels, haven't they?
Yep. In
all the parks. There's loads of stands everywhere. If you are interested in learning more about DVC, I definitely recommend doing the open house tour. You book in with them, and like Rich said, they will pick you up from wherever you need to be picked up, whether it's from a park or your resort, your hotel.
Hotel's off.
Yeah, they will pick you up off property as well, I think.
Yeah.
Pretty sure they do.
Yeah, they do. And they'll take you back to wherever you need to
go. And they'll take you, after you're done. It does take, they say, about an hour and a half, don't they? But it's all very dependent on how many questions you've got. We were there for about two and a bit. 2.5. So we had a lot of questions because we were seriously wanted to know about it. So they will pick you up. They will take you to, normally it's Saratoga Springs, but they do have other open house areas in kind of, I think, Grand Floridian.
Boardwalk still got one.
Boardwalk still, and I'm not sure, but mainly they will take you to Saratoga Springs, which is the DVC kind of hub.
I think it depends on the rep that you're speaking to as well, because the guy that we spoke to at Port Orleans said, oh, I'll send you to Saratoga Springs because it's the best one to go. see. So I think it might depend on the reps and who their friends are for pushing sales their way.
Yeah, so we went to Saratoga Springs, and when you go to Saratoga, there's like, you go and check in at the kind of reception area, don't you?
Yep.
And then there's sort of juices and little pastries and stuff that you can have while you wait, all free, all gratis, isn't it? So we stocked up on a couple of pastries, I think, while we were there.
Showing off.
What?
Multicultural,
Gratis. Don't know what language that is. If only I could speak Welsh,
Gracias.
Gracias. Yeah, so there's coffees and teas, and I think they had jungle juice, didn't they?
Yeah.
That you can go and help yourself to while you wait for your guide to be ready. Yeah. So we had Alan, didn't we? Alan came and picked us up from reception, and he took us into a little room, and basically they give you loads of brochures, loads of info.
Asks you a lot of questions about
asks
how you holiday, when you holiday.
Yeah, asks about kind of how you do holiday to make sure that DVC is right for you. And then you get to go and have a wander around some of the villas. So they've got mock-ups of the villas there, haven't we? So when we went, we saw Aulani, and Copper Creek.
Because that's what was being sold.
Yeah, Copper Creek was on sale when we went. I love the Copper Creek rooms. They were so good. And the Aulani ones, it was really nice. So yeah, you have a tour of them, then you go back to your room, don't you? And that's when they start crunching the numbers.
Yeah.
So he kind of left us alone, didn't he? He showed us how to use.
He
showed us how to use the computer system.
Where you could input different amount of points, and it'll work out your monthly payments, your dues, your deposits.
Yeah, and you could do that in dollars and in pounds as well. So that was really good. We could work out how much we wanted, and then you decide whether you're going to buy, don't you? Really?
Yeah. So you come back with all the incentives that they offered.
Yeah.
And everything else, and
loads of brochures. I'll get those out in a second. We've still got them. We still look at them quite a lot. And then
there's no pressure, was there?
Yeah, there was absolutely no pressure. I know a couple of other people have said that they felt really pressured, and when they said they weren't going to buy, like the salespeople were really rude. We didn't feel that at all, did we?
I mean, we were gutted that we couldn't. I think if we had the money.
Yeah,
if we the deposit in our banks or could have got hold of it,
we would have bought there and then.
Which probably would have been a mistake.
It would have been a mistake. we would have bankrupted ourselves. I think. I don't think we could have afforded it with everything that's gone on this year.
We would have done, but it would have been.
It would have been a struggle, and we definitely wouldn't have been buying a house.
No.
So it's probably a good thing we didn't have it right there and then. But we were really tempted.
But again, he stayed in touch. We've emailed him a couple of times.
Yeah, he's kept in touch with us,
although he's no longer a rep.
No.
He's moved on somewhere else, and he put us in contact with somebody else to.
Yeah, it was really, really good. He was so friendly, and like I said, we didn't feel any pressure at all to buy. And once we said that to him, he was like, "Oh, no worries, guys. Here's my email. Here's my card. You know,
here's your fast passes.
Yeah,
here's your gift cards.
Here's your fast passes. Here's your gift cards." So we got 3 multi-use fast passes each, didn't we?
Yeah.
The only thing you couldn't use them on at that time was Toy Story and Flights of Passage or Navi River Journey.
Yeah.
Those were the only things you couldn't use them on. I'm sure now if you get them, you won't be able to use them in Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah.
And then he took us through to the ice cream parlour.
Yeah.
Where it's the cutest little place ever. It's like a proper little 1950s ice cream parlour. It's got a toy train that goes on a track around the top of the thing, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And you can have unlimited ice cream while you wait for your van to take you back to wherever it is you want to go.
Yeah.
It was a really good experience. We really enjoyed it. Like I said, we were there for about 2.5 hours, so it does take a bit of time out of your day. I wouldn't recommend doing it just because you want the fast passes.
I've heard people say that they didn't get it as well.
Yeah.
I do wonder if there's a bit of a thing where the reps know if you're being...
Yeah, it's not guaranteed
genuine,
that you get them.
Or if you're there for the ice cream and the money and the fast passes.
I mean, because we got a $25 gift card each, I think. I think it was $50 in total we got. But there was a family who had just bought, hadn't they? Yeah. They got $50 each. But yeah, if you're going just for that, I think you're a bit of an idiot, and I think you're rude, personally.
And it's a chunk of time out of your holiday.
It's a big chunk of time out of your day, and don't go there expecting to get it. We were genuinely interested in DVC.
I think he realised, because we were like so apologetic that we couldn't.
We were gutted.
And we were gutted. It was, and that was for Copper Creek.
Yeah.
For a certain amount of points, it was like, we just physically cannot get hold of.
We didn't have the money.
We didn't know what it was that we'd need, the point. We didn't look at, although we looked at it, we didn't really look at how much it was.
Yeah, and it wasn't as much as we were anticipating either. We were thinking it was going to be astronomical, and it really wasn't. It was really quite affordable, but we'll come on to that in a little bit. So that's the open house tour, isn't it? That's what to expect from an open house. Why is there always someone going past our road whenever we're trying to film something? You just hear a Ring doorbell going off. So let's talk about why we have decided that DVC is right for us. So we have done a lot of research on it, haven't we?
Yeah.
And we've crunched a lot of numbers, and I'm not going to go through that on here.
Countless vlogs.
Yeah, we've watched countless vlogs. We've tried to get information from everywhere we can. We're on DVC Facebook pages, everything we can to try and get as much information to make sure that we are going to be making the right decision. And we're pretty confident that we are. Well, I'm not going to go through how we've worked out the financials, because that's different for everyone. It's individual to everyone, but there's a wealth of YouTube videos where people have crunched the numbers and worked out that, you know, if you go even a handful of times, you've made your money back pretty much. Especially, we all know how expensive a trip to Walt Disney World can be, and it just keeps getting more and more and more and more and more, and more expensive. Another good thing is, once you have a DVC contract, that's for like up to 50 years. I mean, a brand new contract is 50 years, isn't it? If you buy resale, it's going to be a bit less, but that means we know we're going to be going to Walt Disney World for the next 50 years. You can also gift it to someone. You can gift your DVC points to someone. You can leave it in your will, and that was another big thing for us, because we want to pass it down to our nieces, don't we, so that they can continue to have magical holidays same as we have.
And that's another reason for buying it, is that we want to take the two girls.
Yeah, we want to take our family to Walt Disney World, and I don't think they'd ever be able to afford to go and pay outright for a holiday, because it is just getting more and more expensive. Why else are we planning on doing it? Any more reasons?
Because you want to. Because you want your blue card.
I do want the blue card. I want the benefits. I want the discounts. I want the discounted annual passes, the discount on merch, discount on food.
And to say you own a bit of Florida.
And to say I own a bit of Disney. Yeah, definitely. And to be able to stay in all the deluxe resorts, because they're beautiful. Yeah. And we know we'd never go to Hawaii or California if we had to pay for it outright. It wouldn't even enter into our heads with it.
No, not when we do our holidays every sort of 2-3 years. There's always so many changes at Disney World.
Yeah, so I don't think we'd ever get there unless we were DVC. So we've talked about why we want DVC. Now let's talk about the practicalities of what we're planning on buying. So we originally started out looking at getting 150 points, which is what a lot of UK based people that we know who are DVC have. Yeah. They have between 100 and 200 points.
And that's what was, like we said, that's what Alan calculated.
Was
about right for
what we were doing. But the more research we've done into DVC, and the more we've talked to people who've got DVC and the videos we've watched, we've realised that we're basing our points on being able to stay in studio villas, which is the cheapest version of the DVC resort. So you've got studios, 1 beds, 2 beds, 3 beds, grand villas, which are just never going to happen. And people have said how hard it is to get big blocks of time in studio resorts, because when you buy a DVC contract, you are buying at a certain resort. So you'll either buy at Polynesian, or you buy at Riviera, or you'll buy at Copper Creek. And when you buy at that resort, that is your home resort. And when you're booking for your home resort, you get an 11-month window, don't you? So 11 months out from when you want to go, that is when you can book. If you want to stay in any of the other DVC resorts that aren't your home resort, you have to wait till 7 months out, don't you?
Yeah.
And a lot of people have said that at that 7-month window, because we don't want to just stay at one, we want to try them all, don't we? We want to move around all of them. And we were quite concerned that if we only had 150 points, we might struggle to get 2-3 weeks in certain resorts that we really want to stay at, and we might just have to stay at our home resort, or we might even not even be able to get into our home resort. So
walking resort, we learn a lot about people walking reservations.
So it seems to be a big problem.
That people do.
Big problem is walking reservations. So people will book at their 11-month window and then just keep every day
moving
it back one day, moving it back so it blocks everyone else from being able to get in there. Lots of things that we've looked at. So we've decided that
another thing that we didn't want to do was ever borrow points.
Yeah, that's another thing. So if you're not familiar with DVC, you get an allotment of points for a year. So say we bought 150 points in 2020, we have those points. We can also bank those, so not use them, and use them in 2021. You're also allowed to borrow points from a year ahead. So say in 2021 we could use the ones we've banked, which would be 150. The ones that we've got for that year would be 300. Then we could also borrow points from 2022, which would give us 450. So we could do that, but we've decided that the plans that we've got, which we'll come on to later, that wouldn't work. We don't want to be borrowing points from a year ahead. We just want to be banking and using, don't we? So again, something that everyone needs to look at when they're planning what they're going to be doing with their DVC points is how many points you realistically will need to be able to stay where you want, in the room type you want,
and when you want,
because each season has different costs as well. So we kind of looked at how much we need to stay in one beds, didn't we?
Yeah.
Because one beds, from what we've learned, are a lot easier to get, a lot, you know, because they are slightly more expensive. And we've based all ours on going in September or May, haven't we?
Yeah, because that's when we go on holiday anyway, or November.
Yeah, that's kind of our sort of time. So we wanted to make sure that we had enough points to be able to comfortably have a 2 to 3 week holiday in any of those seasons in a one bed.
Yeah.
And that was, I think that was from the Diz, wasn't it, that taught that?
Yeah.
Because the Diz do a great DVC show. So if you are interested, go and check out the Diz's website. And I think they've got a playlist with all their DVC shows on it. And they're really helpful. And we've kind of relied on them a lot for all the info we've got. So yeah, they've been really good. So we are planning, or hoping, depending on how the money goes, to get between 250 and 350 points, aren't we? 300
is the ideal.
Yeah, we want around 300 because that gives us the flexibility to be able to go pretty much any time of year without ever having to borrow points and staying for 2 to 3 weeks.
We've gone to 300 points by planning holidays for 2021, so the 3 week holiday that we wanted to do. 2022 was going to be another big holiday, and then have 2023 off, and then 2024. We worked out that 300 points will do that
comfortably.
What we wanted to do comfortably,
without ever having to borrow points. Yeah, this might sound really confusing. I'm really sorry, but
it makes sense in our
It makes sense in our heads. Also, there's lots of different information out there about what resort to choose, isn't there?
Yeah.
Because every resort has different lengths of contracts left on it. Some have 32, some have 48 years left on them. They're all different prices, so the price per point is different.
Your dues are different.
Your dues, your annual dues. So once you've bought DVC, you also have to factor in how much you have to pay a year as your annual dues. Your closing costs are different. All this kind of thing. We're not that fussed about where we buy. We want the best bang for our buck, I think.
But we also want a decent length contract.
Yeah, so we're kind of measuring up. When we go back in 2021, I think it's going to pretty much come down to what they are selling at the time, because part of us is hoping that they'll have Reflections, which is the new planned DVC resort, on sale. Part of us is hoping that, because that does look like a really nice kind of resort. We were sort of resigned that we were going to be getting Riviera, weren't we, when we were going to go this year?
Yeah, just because it was...
That's what it tends to be. The resorts that they are selling, the newest resorts that they are selling, have the best incentives and the best deals. Yeah. So they'll be like, if you buy 300 plus points, they'll give you
75 points.
75 points off. Do you know what I mean? They just have loads of little incentives in. So it's always worth, if you are going to go, actually asking what they are offering at the time. In an ideal situation, we've kind of got a top 5, haven't we, that we would quite like contracts in.
Yeah.
So Polynesian, we would quite like. Bay Lake Tower, Reflections if they are selling it, Copper Creek,
Animal Kingdom Lodge.
and Animal Kingdom Lodge are kind of the 5 that we wouldn't mind.
And they're all
having as our home resort.
40 plus.
Yeah, they've all got quite long contracts. Yeah, they've all got quite long contracts left on them. So we have obviously decided that this is going to happen unless something goes terribly wrong between now and our holiday next year and we can't save the money to put the down payment on. We are going to be financing it, not paying outright because nobody got that kind of cash.
No.
We're going to be doing it on finance. So as long as we've got the money for the deposit, we will be doing it. And then we've got plans, haven't we, of how we are going to be using our points. So we are going to be using them in 2022.
Yep.
To do a 3-week, 3-location stay.
This was sort of what was planned for 2022 anyway.
Yeah, we've just added an extra week on.
Well, no, it was always going to be 3 places, wasn't it? But
yeah, we've changed
it a little.
So we are going to start in California, aren't we, for a week, and spend a week at Disneyland California, and hopefully going into the Hollywood area and doing Universal Hollywood.
Yeah.
Hopefully. We're then going to go from California and fly over to Alani in Hawaii. I'm so excited for that.
So this is the plan anyway.
This is the plan. It could all change.
Tend to work very well,
it could all change. We could have another pandemic. You never know. And then straight from Alani, we're going to go back to Orlando, aren't we?
Yeah.
And spend a week.
Because we were going to go to San Francisco to break up the flight
Back.
Alani to Heathrow would be a very long.
Yeah, it's a long way to go straight to Hawaii.
It's what, 6 hours from California to Hawaii. I think we've seen.
No, it's quite
far too long.
I know, you have to check out Eleanor Dreamin's vlog because they did that. They went from California to Hawaii, which is kind of where I got the idea from. So thanks, Luke and Rich. And then we're going to go to Florida for a week at the end and then go back home. So that's the plan for 2022. 2023, we're not quite sure. We don't think we're going to be using DVC points in 2023, are we?
No, because for that trip we need our 2021 points and 2022, which will give us, I think, 3 points out of.
Yeah.
For the way we've priced it up, going back to 1-bedrooms and stuff, and.
Yeah, we wouldn't have many points left over.
No.
2023, we probably will go on holiday, but we're paid for holiday, won't it? But it probably won't be Florida. It'll be.
Benidorm.
Yeah, I really want to go to Benidorm. I'm such a simple person. It's because I've been rewatching Benidorm on Netflix. I'm like, I really want to go on like a nice all-inclusive beach holiday. Just want to go Benidorm, or we might do like a cruise from the UK, but we don't know yet. That's way in the future. And then 2024, we are hopefully going to be taking our nieces to Walt Disney World and staying, fingers crossed, in Bay Lake Tower, aren't we, for 2 weeks?
That's the plan.
That is the plan. I'm so excited. I really hope it all works out for that. Yeah. So that's kind of it for this little DVC chatette. Sorry if it's been confusing. When you talk things through in your head, it makes sense.
It makes sense to us.
And there are so many great UK vloggers who we know are DVC. So people like Reeves Family Adventures, that UK Disney couple have recently become DVC, KarenBee, my wonderful friends Nathan and Craig, Marvel at the Magic. If you didn't know they're DVC, they don't mention it much, but they are DVC. And I think they've all got vlogs out about DVC.
How they bought,
how they worked it out, how they did it. So go and check those guys out. I will link all their details down below.
Especially figures. I think KarenBee's doing quite a bit on
KarenBee did a lot on the figures. And she had a nightmare, bless her, didn't she?
Yeah.
When she was buying. But yeah, I won't spoil it. Go and check out her vlogs. I'm sure there's others, but those are the only ones I can think of off the top of my head. So sorry if you're watching this and you're also DVC and I forgot to mention you. My bad. We'll be with you soon. So just before we end this vlog, I just wanted to show you what we got from our open house store. So this is the bag that we got in, and they gave us a bag because there was so much stuff. We didn't get this all at the time. They have sent us stuff.
There's only one, I think.
They have sent us stuff since. So we've got like the Dream magazine, which is like a DVC.
That's new.
Ultimate guide. We got sent this not that long ago because we have kept in touch with DVC. This is like all the incentives they were doing. Oh, what else have we got? Oh, this was Copper Creek because that's what they were selling at the time. That was the new resort, so that was all about Copper Creek. A bit about the memberships and things. Massive book, all with information. I mean, there's a lot of stuff.
It's got all the floor
that they give you. Yeah, it's got the floor plans and the
treetop villas. Forgot about the treetop villas.
Oh yeah, you do have treetop villas at Saratoga Springs. They don't look that good though. We watched someone's vlog, didn't we? Then we got sent this as well, which is all about Riviera. This was all the not incentives, but the benefits that they were doing at the time. So things like you can get the Florida Gold annual pass, discounts on cruises and stuff. And then this
that's the book that Alan filled in.
Yeah, this is the book where they filmed in like how I think it's still got all his notes on it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like how we holiday and stuff, so we could work out like what the points were. And then we do have a points chart somewhere.
We always lose it. It's probably in the middle of
But
that.
it's not. I think it's under the table because I think we were looking at it the other day. Yes, we do have a points chart as well, which tells you how much each resort is for a night and a week and stuff. But yeah, that is.
There's lots of we always get out and start tinkering. And
Yeah, we always start doing calculations, don't we? And say, well, no, because that will be enough for that, and then this will be enough for that, and blah 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 blah. But yeah, you get a lot of stuff at the open house, a lot of information to go through. So I would definitely say if you're going to do the open house tour and you haven't done your research, it's something you need to go away and think about.
Yeah.
Don't buy it on a whim. Definitely do the numbers, do the financials, make sure you can afford it, because it is an investment. You are buying property. You know, it's a big deal. Don't just do it on the off chance that you think it sounds good. Yeah.
Yeah.
So thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this vlog. I hope your heads aren't spinning. Please give us a thumbs up. Hit that like button down below. If you're not already, please consider subscribing to my Diddy channel. I don't know why I can't say that recently. My nose is blocked up. I'm so like, oh, allergy. And the boys who think that's funny. If you've got any questions for us about DVC, if you want any information, if you want to know where to go for information, leave us a comment down below. I will get back to you. And make sure you're following us on social media. So it's Twitter is at Tinker_Tales and my Instagram is Tinker_Tales 2018. Yay. But as always, guys, have a magical day and we will see you really soon. Bye.